So let's talk about Ninja and the whole situation around that. Plus, I'm getting a few upgrades this week, and so yeah, that's what we're going to talk about in today's episode of Artemis Anarchy, episode 47, I believe. And we're going to start off with the Ninja thing, and then transition into, me getting new upgrades, and a little bit of extra streaming help on top of, the Ninja situation and stuff like that that's happening just now. Or has happened, I should say, by now. If you're in the streaming space, you'll know already what it is, but I'm just going to give you guys a quick recap if you don't know what it is. Basically, Ninja, 2 weeks ago, I believe, I think it was around 2 weeks ago, basically said he's done. Like, on stream, he walked away from stream and just ended the stream. He basically said, I'm done on Twitter. Basically took away his partnership with Twitch. Everyone thought he was actually done, right? Or it seemed that something got to him and all that stuff, right? And then a week later, so last week / this week, he announced that he was streaming on every platform to, because he was rid of his whole partnership, contract and stuff like that, so he could stream everywhere he wanted and multi-stream everywhere. So basically, from the way it looked, it didn't look great because, again, it looked like he may have faked a bit of mental health shit, like he didn't have, like, as intense as people thought of a mental breakdown on stream, and it did look a lot like a marketing scheme, because literally a week by came around, and that's when he announced that he was streaming everywhere on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch, and Facebook, I believe. I'm not sure about the Facebook one. I would have to check that one. But yeah. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about what people think, or what people are going towards and gravitating towards, which is the mental health aspect of it first. Because obviously, as someone who gets burned out quite a lot and quite frequently, almost at least once a week, every week, depending on what content I'm doing, I will get burned out very easily. But here's the thing with the way that Ninja did it. When he ended his stream, or his last stream before he said he was done, I should say, and Facebook. Thank you, Citrus. Basically, once he said he was done and he ended that stream, basically his next stream back would be, the big whole thing that kicked this all off and people are getting annoyed with. But on that stream, he did seem very annoyed at the game. I think he was playing Fortnite. So getting angry at Fortnite, not that hard to do. But again, he did seem like he had a mental break there. I'm using seem for a lot of this because, again, I'm not there. I can't speak to you on a personal level about it because I'm not there. I don't know what was going on behind the scenes. But when he comes back a week later and says he's streaming everywhere after he said he was done, is what made it what it is now and what it is as I would say, as a cautionary tale for other big creators that do something like this or do something very similar. But like, that would be like me saying, oh, I'm done right now, and end the podcast within 2 minutes, and then come back a week later saying, oh, I'm posting it everywhere and I'm doing everything all at once, yeah. No, it's not a good marketing strategy. If it is a marketing strategy, again, I want to point out, I'm not behind the scenes. I don't know what he's doing, what is happening over there, or what was going through Ninja's mind or whatever. But we have to talk about this because, again, it can negatively impact people who do have these problems. Like myself, like a lot of other creators I know. And, like, especially considering there are a lot of creators that get burnout. Everyone gets burnout eventually, but there are a lot more that are susceptible to it and stuff like that. And then you get someone like Ninja who says he's done and then comes back a week later, doesn't give it a good look, you know? And basically I'm not annoyed at Ninja for anything like this, because again, I'm not here to judge him. I'm here to talk about it and make sure that people understand why this isn't a good idea. And he probably knows it's not a good idea as well. He probably knew it as well, but he still went along with it because, well, he does get money from each platform a lot of the time, and there was a lot of donos and stuff like that through his whole stream. Now, when he was doing his stream, right, he didn't have a clue how that you could stream from OBS or something like that. There's a clip of it. You can probably find it if you search it into YouTube. Basically, he didn't know that he could just stream from OBS or stream from other things other than just the one place, you know? But again, or that's what it seemed like. He had to get like a heap of people to help him to do this and stuff like that. But again, I've only seen little clips here and there. They could be completely out of context. Go do your own research. I'm here to give the baseline and you guys, and enough information for you guys to make your own judgment on it and if it's good or bad. But again, back to the whole mental health side of things. When someone like that, as big as Ninja is, and like does that sort of thing where like they fake a bit of mental health, or maybe it's real and maybe he just got a boost of energy or something and that's why he did it. No, again, no one can really tell unless you're right there in his fucking mind. But again, don't do it. But again, like, it's not a marketing scheme. I don't think he meant it to come out the way it did. Yeah, exactly. That can definitely happen, and it can 100% happen. You quit 1 week and then you've got a boost of energy to stream again, and you just want to. And again, I know a lot of creators like that as well. And yes, you can get things like that, but it was all the timing of it and stuff. It was like almost an exact week from the day he said he was done. And that's what people are off about and don't feel great about and stuff like that. And I can see the reasons. I can see why it's not a great look for Ninja. It's not a great look for any content creator that even takes a break now. Just because, you know, so they might have an extra piece in their mind now that people think they're doing this as a marketing scheme or any sort of like way to promote their stream. And anyone who does take a break, don't worry, I won't think you of that, because I know when people are genuinely taking a break for reasons. But again, take as many breaks as you want. It's a good thing to take breaks, but again, don't use it as a marketing scheme, or don't come back in a way that seems very targeted. Like, usually my rule of thumb, especially if I'm having a week off or whatever, when I think I'm having 2 weeks off, and then instead I take a week off, my first stream back, I don't announce it. I don't talk about my first stream back. I'm just saying I'm back, I'm here, I'm taking it a little bit slow, you know, especially that first day back and stuff like that, because you're getting back in the swing of things and stuff like that. Like I'm probably going to be taking a break from streaming in general in October, so I can work some things out and move over to YouTube. By the way, I will be live on YouTube from October the 22nd, I want to say. I want to say the 22nd of October. It's not a dead set date yet, but just in and around that week of, you know, that timeline is when I'm probably going to be streaming. Because once it hits October, sorry if I'm doing a lot, because brain's going faster than my mouth is. Once October hits, I think I'm going to wait until about the 3rd or 4th of October to stop streaming on Twitch just now. And basically, the reason for that is because YouTube gives me a bit better of a bit rate. There's less issues when I stream on YouTube and stuff like that. Again, I will fully detail why I am leaving Twitch and why I'm leaving my affiliate contract when I do leave Twitch and stuff like that. But again, we'll leave it for that video. I will tell you guys when that video comes out on the podcast first, because it will be like a day after the podcast is released or something, on the week that I do that video, because I do still have to record that video, I will admit, and I've got a few other videos on the way before I do that video talking about why I'm leaving Twitch and stuff like that. But again, while I am taking my break from Twitch, the only stream I will be doing once per week will be the podcast, because I still like keeping the podcast live, but I need to do a few extra things for YouTube's thing to come into effect and work for me. So what I need to do first is obviously to keep streaming the podcast on Twitch just now, even with the affiliate contract. And basically, what I want to do, especially if I start doing a lot of stuff on YouTube, a lot more variation of content, I do want to make some more fun streams for you guys, and make sure that you guys are having a fun time watching my YouTube streams, and make you guys want to come over to my YouTube streams, because I know a lot of you guys that do watch me on here or on Twitch. It's a lot harder to get you guys to come over to a live, because again, I don't really have a schedule just now. I've got a rough days of the week that I stream, which is usually a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And just now, come over to me on Twitch. But again, in a few weeks, come over to me on YouTube. But yeah. So basically, my idea is, especially for when I'm doing the whole only one podcast a week and doing a little bit of gaming after, hopefully I'll be able to get a lot more content done through those weeks, especially when I'm not streaming. Because again, obviously I do want to lean a lot more into YouTube this year, and which I have been doing, I will say, and I've been doing pretty damn good, and been doing pretty good and consistent at consistency in the past couple of weeks, which actually brings me on to my next point and why I'm getting a new mic and why I'm getting an XLR over a USB. And basically the only reason I can give for wanting an XLR over the USB is because I just want a more dynamic microphone. I know I could get a USB microphone that's dynamic, but I want to make that move to XLR so that I can start messing about with other things as well as just, obviously just streaming like this in a chair. I want to have a bit of mobility and stuff like that. And hopefully you guys will find those streams enjoyable too. But again, I've got to figure some other things out before I, do all those things. But again, I'm not gonna come at it with some way that I'm just going to, pretend that I've got a mental health illness and then come back a week later, I ain't ninja, okay? But nah, that whole situation, it annoyed me, but I can also see why he did it. I don't want to say that he's justified in doing it in any way, because he's not, obviously, but he has been, I wouldn't say falling off, because he still gets a big amount of viewers each time he streams, but I would say he's been less talked about recently. And compare that, and add on the fact that his whole streaming course, which is where this whole quick thing came from, about him not knowing how to use OBS and stuff, because he does have a stream course that's like, I can't remember how much it is. If anyone knows in chat, let me know. But I think it was like 30, 40, 50 quid, something like that. And yeah, like I just said, he's not as high profile as he used to be, so you could see it as him accidentally building a hype, even if he really did mean that he was done after this. But I don't think he's done. I don't think that this is going to fuck him over that badly, I will be honest. Like, Ninja, he's a fun guy to watch sometimes. He can be annoying, but there are a few funny moments with him, but I don't like him personally that much to watch. I prefer watching other people, but again, he survived controversy in the past, and he'll do it again. Like, there's a lot of people who don't, really get affected from controversy or anything like that, or saying outlandish things, I should say, as a lack of a better word. But, like, it is also a cautionary tale, though. Make sure that you're not portraying someone who doesn't care too much, if you know what I mean. Like, if you say you're taking a week or two off, and you decide the next day that you want to stream again, stream. Just try and give at least a quick explanation on why you're coming back to stream in a tweet if you're promoting it. Like, that's the way I would do it. I suggest you guys would do it the same way. I'm not here to be, some tell you the do's and don'ts of streaming, right? Because again, I'm still relatively new to streaming. Like, I'm only in my second year and a half of content creation in general, never mind just streaming. But yeah, like, again, I'm learning a lot quicker than a lot of people that I do see that are similar size to me. Like, I've seen a lot of people, tiptoe around certain topics, and obviously, as you guys can tell, I don't really tiptoe around any topics, really. If you want to talk about it. Just be respectful, Like, again, like, people are obviously they're going to give Ninja some hard fucking feedback on this, obviously, because again, it's not a great image. It doesn't do much for other people who get burned out self-esteem, especially when they do get those bursts of energy where they want to come back to streaming as quick as possible. It does get a bit worrying to see, you don't want to see, like, streamers just end up quitting because they're scared of coming back because of what happened to Ninja and how he did it. They don't want to do it that way. And again, I can't say that Ninja's whole situation was on purpose or accidental. I would say personally, from my own experience of wanting to come back to streaming like 2 or 3 days after saying that I'm done with it for a bit, I'm going to give Ninja the benefit of the doubt for now until I see other proof that says otherwise, and I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, and it was accidental the way that he did it. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, but again, if you can find proof that he did it on purpose, that is 100% proof that he did it on purpose and stuff, then I'll accept the fact that he did it on purpose. Like, right now, it's up in the air whether it was intentional or not, I will say. But again, like I have said, I need proof before I believe it, Like, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I know all the facts, because I don't. and I'm not going to sit here and pretend you guys know all the facts, because you also don't. Otherwise, why would you be watching this? But yeah, that's basically all I've seen on the whole thing. People have done worse things. Exactly. People have done worse things, and those people did those things and did get called out for it and basically stopped streaming. And yeah, exactly, like, being at someone like Ninja's size, right, you've got to be like mega consistent. You're getting stretched in about 3 or 4 different directions, especially with what he does. Like, there's a lot of pressure on bigger content creators to keep creating interesting, engaging content. And again, even though this is most likely an accident, what Ninja did, it also got him back into the loop of streaming Twitter and streaming TikTok and streaming YouTube and anyone who talks about streaming, i.e. me. So we have to talk about it, we have to address it, and we have to know that people have certain pressures on them, even as a bigger creator. Just because you get to a higher standard of creating content doesn't mean your workload gets any less. If anything, it doubles or triples your workload that you already have. So if you think that you can't handle making the content that you make now, if you don't think you can do it at this level, try triple that and see if you can do it at that level, is what I would suggest, which is what I'm trying to do now. Like, I'm trying to make 7 videos a week, even though I'm only posting 3 or 4 a week, I should say. I think it's 4. Is it 4 now? It might be 4. It should be 4, but again, I probably left a video out last week because I forgot to do it and because I was reorganizing my desk, which, yeah, like, talking about 6 or 7 videos a week, let's actually talk about making videos and stuff like that, seeing as we are on the subject. So, like I said, if you're a content creator right now who's just starting out and trying to put out 3 or 4 videos a week, do it. Like, just aim for that 3 or 4, and if you only get 2 out of 4 ain't bad, you know? 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Think about it that way, right? But don't, put too much pressure on yourself to make videos every week, every day. No one needs to make videos every day, especially if you're making YouTube videos. You just need to be consistent at your times, and time a week that you post is what seems to be YouTube's algorithm anyway. It loves consistency. It loves like a same time every week that you post even one video. Like, the podcast always comes out around 6 o'clock on a Monday, UK time, for anyone who's wondering. But yeah, like, again, like Jedi says Madman for 6 or 7 videos a week. I'm still probably not even near someone like KSI or Jacksepticeye or Call Me Kevin's videos that they record. Like, they record about 2 or 3 weeks worth of content in advance, at least. I know there's a lot of creators that do that, and they're like 6 or 7 videos a day, never mind a week. Well, maybe 6 or 7 a day is over exaggerating, but like, you get the point that I'm making. Like, they're making a lot more content than they're putting out in a week. They have a lot of support. They have their own editors. They have like a whole team that can tell them. They have YouTube rep. Well, Call Me Kevin doesn't. Kevin doesn't have a YouTube rep. I know that much. I know Jack has a YouTube rep. But like, again, there's a lot of people, even a lot of bigger creators, that do not have a YouTube rep and have no line towards YouTube themselves, which is also another problem that we'll talk about in a little bit. But back to the whole video aspect, they've got, a lot of the bigger ones have like editors. They have Yeah, Ethan doesn't. Yeah, like there's a lot of people. Like there's plenty of people who don't have, you know, YouTube reps and stuff. Again, I'll talk about that later. But yeah, so like they'll have editors, they'll have thumbnail artists and stuff like that. Like the other week I seen Kevin put out another application for a thumbnail artist for his videos, because a lot of the time Kevin does a lot of his own editing alongside his editors. Like he'll do the base edit and then he'll hand it off to them to do like things like zooms and stuff like that. And basically he'll also make a lot of the thumbnails, or ask his editors to make a lot of the thumbnails, and seeing as they're his editors and stuff, they'll also be other people's editors as well, so like they won't have the time to just make thumbnails just for Kevin. They'll have to make thumbnails for Kevin, other people they edit for, and a million other people probably. Well, maybe not a million, but you get the point. Over exaggeration again, blah 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 blah. But you've got to realize that there's a lot more that goes into a YouTube video or a stream than what you actually see. Like, obviously, if you see my OBS right now, I've got about 10 scenes that do all different things that have all different purposes, like the podcast scene that you guys see on the podcast. But I also have a BRB screen, a in-game scene, a whole camera scene that makes my border and stuff. And that's what you have to remember. There's overlay. You have to make your own overlay. You have to, well, you don't have to, because there's a lot of good free overlays out there. Which I may actually do a video on at some point soon. And I do want to talk about things like free overlays and stuff like that. But again, I'll talk about them a lot later on. But like, there's a lot of people who don't realize how much effort can be put into content creation. Like, I probably could have gotten to the same size as I am without my fancy overlays. I probably could have gotten away with just using a camera. Just using a camera and playing a game. Like, I could have gotten away with it. I could have done that. But the reason an overlay is useful, it isn't to like make anything distracting. It's to show a bit more personality. That's what I use overlays for. Like, my whole overlay just now is a bit more of a, you know, summer warm vibe, you know? Like, I think this will be my more permanent overlay anyway. I might differentiate a couple of things, and change a few things. Maybe add a bit more purple on the right hand side instead of a red. But again, red, blue, and purple are usually my main colors anyway. We all know that. As you can probably see on the Eternal logo, or on one of them, because I have another one, because that's the wrong one, but we don't care about that. And like, a lot of people, like, I've done this all by myself. I edit my own videos, make my own right. So if we're going as a solo creator, right? Solo creator, no editor, anything like that. I will list off the exact amount of things that I do right now. As someone who doesn't have money to buy an editor or anything like that. So, if we were actually to list these off as jobs, so firstly, we've got producer, we've got scriptwriter, even though I don't write a script all the time, but I have at least a rough idea in my head. So let's say writer, producer, overlay editor, video editor, graphic designer for my own streams. That's 5 jobs already, and I've not even counted through half of them yet. Obviously cameraman, technically there's not really any much I can do with a camera, but like, you get what I mean. So cameraman, you know, switching scenes, making sure scenes work smoothly, so that'd be part of the producing, so take that one away. What else? Thumbnail artist. Again, overweight artist was already there, so take that one away. What else do I do? Audio mixer, audio engineer for my stream, technically. EQ, editor for my mic, which is technically the sound engineer thing, so we'll take that one away. What else? Social media manager in general. Promotion, digital marketing. 10 jobs so far. We're still going. Moderator for my Discord. Moderator for 2 Discords. And no, 3, because if you 4 if you count Kibs. Kibs is 1, so I know I mod for Kibs is 1. My Artemis Anarchy Discord, which you can find down below, by the way, just a little bit self-promo. The Eternal Enclaves Discord, that still is running in the background. We're just getting things sorted for that. Again, I will talk a bit more about that around the end of next year. Jedi's Discord, so I'm a moderator for like 5 or 6 Discords at least. So like, yeah, like, and that's just a fraction of what I do. Like, you've got to remember, I'm lighting director technically. Would it be a lighting director? Is that what it would be? Yeah. Prop manager, director, whatever you wanted to say for that. Live broadcaster, live presenter. Again, there's a million and one things that you could list off that someone in any sort of social media does. Like, so, well, I could also technically list photographer in there as well for thumbnails. Technically. Even though I don't do a lot of that just now, I will be doing that a lot later. But, again, these are all jobs that technically, if you focused on one of them and got really good at one of them and got a piece of paper that says you can do one of them, you're talking a decent job. Like sound engineering and stuff. Trust me, if you want to do sound engineering good, you don't understand. And again, like a lot of these creators that I see a lot, a lot of these creators that I see doing all these extra things and not growing and stuff, well, obviously we're all doing it for free at the start, and a lot of us do it. Okay, I'm going to be honest with a lot of these, right? I know some people watching this, even people in the stream right now, might want to make content creation a career. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. In some sort of way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to be, in front of the camera doing all the videos and stuff like that. You don't have to specifically be a content creator. But in the content creation space, let's say everyone who's watching this wants a job in the content creation social media space, right? So that can be anything from TikToker to, obviously streamer, and any of the background things. So let's include all of that. So now that we've included all of that, we have a passion for at least one of those things in the content creation space. Me, I would say I'm a bit of a jack of all trades. A little bit. I'm pretty decent with figuring out how cameras work pretty quickly. I'm pretty decent at figuring out EQ pretty quickly, even though I don't have a clue what I'm doing with EQ and sound engineering and stuff like that. But I pick it up pretty quickly because it makes sense to me. Video editing makes sense to me. Stuff like that. And just messing about with other things in the content creation space. So editing, thumbnail design, overlay design, You know, like, I'm good at making overlays too. Like, I will be getting back into doing some what's the word? Overlay designing soon, because I will be making a commission thing, or I will make it a coffee perk or Patreon perk for subbing to either Patreon or coffee, and I make you like a free overlay pack every 6 months. I don't know, whatever. Obviously, if it doesn't go too overboard. If it gets to a point where I grow like a lot, it'll have to be one of the higher tiers or something. But again, we'll discover that as we go, because not everyone knows where they're going to be in 6 months. Like, no one does actually, to be honest. You might have a rough idea, but you know, you might not be where you think you are, you know? Just gotta take life for the ride, you know? Just have to have fun. Let go. And don't worry about so much shit, man. Like, there's too much shit going on in the world right now. I don't give a shit about any of that. But, yeah, like, no one knows where they're going. No one knows what they're going to be doing in the next month. I barely know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, aside from work. That's the only thing that I know I'm doing tomorrow. Work and a little bit of content creation after work. That's all I know I'm doing. And yeah, like, even though I'm not streaming tomorrow, again, this is another example of one hit wonders, old adage, stream less. But yeah, like, don't throw all your eggs into one basket. Like, even though I'm moving over to YouTube for streaming, that doesn't mean that I'm fully done with Twitch. Like, I'll be 100% honest. Twitch is still a backup. I'm getting rid of my affiliate contract and stuff just because I don't want to have it just now. And I know I can easily build that back up if I wanted to. But I think, for me, I need to change. Because I need a change of pace. I need new challenges, you know? But again, like I said, I'm leaving a lot of that for the video that I will be doing that's a bit more in length, more expanded on what I've said here today about YouTube and stuff, but I've been veering away from that. And like, all these upgrades that I am getting is so that I don't have to do upgrades for a while. It's so I can save up for stuff that I need to save up for and get some other things sorted out here and there. And yeah, like, I just want you guys to enjoy the content that I'm going to be making soon, and hopefully it is soon. There will be a bit more of I might do a day in a life like a video of me doing like YouTube stuff, stream stuff and all that. Maybe I'll do like it on a day that I record and stream. So like a day like today, say, you know, like, say, like, a day like what I did today, like, I just decided to up and, you know, cable manage my setup, you know, and it does look a lot better. And maybe next week, if I feel like it, we'll do a vlog of it or something, and, like, obviously, you guys will get to see the ins and outs of what I do each day, especially on the day that is streaming, YouTube, and editing all in the same day. And basically what that's going to consist of is maybe a few time lapses and stuff. Obviously you guys aren't going to see everything because, like, obviously I need the camera to record and stuff for other YouTube videos, but I'll show you guys the ins and outs of what I do. And I think it could be an interesting thing. And yeah, but yeah, like, last thing I want to talk about is EQ and my mic upgrade. Now, if you can probably tell from last week's episode, if you've watched last week's episode, my EQ is a little different. That is because I went and rewatched some of Alpha Gaming's, or Senpai, is it Senpai Gaming now? Senpai Gaming, but it was back when there were Alpha Gaming that this video was from. And I seen how Harris Heller did his whole EQ or his general EQ for it, and it sounds a lot better, I will say myself. I needed to make some adjustments. You might not have to, because you might have a deep voice like Harris, or you've not got as much highs in your voice or lows in your voice, so you just need to adjust it as you're going. But again, I don't know a lot about EQ. I just guess and wait until it sounds good to me. Like, I also do like a partial recording while I'm testing out EQ to, you know, make sure that I'm not getting fooled by my own, you know, own conductivity. And I will say one thing about in-ear monitors, they're good for that. Like, when I've been monitoring and like recording and, you know, listening back to my EQ, my in-ear monitors compared to my headphones that are, you know, behind me, I've noticed a lot of difference between doing it in both. Like, when I'm doing monitoring through these, it sounds a lot more accurate to what my headphones will sound like when I'm doing just normal talking and hearing it double. Like, when I'm hearing myself talk and hearing myself talk in the monitoring, it sounds a lot different to the headphones behind me. Again, I don't know why I keep pointing at them, because I keep forgetting which side they're on, so like, it's pointless. But again, I just wanted to point that out, because like, no one knows a lot about EQ, like, unless they're a sound engineer or something like that. But you still have to know enough to, you know, make your microphone sound decent. But again, there's a million and one effects you can put on your microphone that make it sound even better than what it is. And I'll make a video on that probably this week when I actually get my new mic, which will be on Sunday. So I might record that on Sunday while I'm setting up the microphone, and yeah, we'll just talk through what we're doing and talk through what I'm doing and stuff. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy that as well. But I think we're going to wrap up that episode of Artemis Anarchy right there. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, like, subscribe, comment your favorite thing about EQ. Put your thoughts on the whole ninja situation down below, and or what is your speciality in streaming or content creation in general. Anyway, I'll see you guys either next week in the next episode of this, or I'll see you guys in the next video of whatever the hell I do. It will probably be Saints Row. Probably the Saints Row reboot will be after today's podcast, so I hope you guys enjoy that, and yeah, see you guys in a bit, and happy streaming. Peace!